Hey, I'm Jake Kumar, the BassBlaster, and this is your Seafoam Top 5 of the Week. Number 1. Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Keith Combs won the last Bassmaster Open of the year on Sam Rayburn Reservoir in Texas, where, as it happens, he lives in a houseboat and has thousands of pet bass. Okay, not really, but it sure seems like it, because if Keith doesn't win at Rayburn, man, he sure gets close. Dozens of top 10s and wins at Rayburn over the years and multiple trails. Man, on that lake, he's like Thor with that stone giant. We had to fish a bunch of different spots with a bunch of different baits, but it did include his number 1 crankbait of all time, which we'll talk about in number 2. The Strike King 6XD crankbait in chartreuse powder blue back is an absolute weapon in Keith Combs' hands. It's kind of like that shoulder-mounted weapon deal that the Predators had in those Predator movies. Keith has caught more bass in major tournaments in Texas, Conroe, Rayburn, Fork, on that crankbait than any other, and it's unbelievable. Even caught a double in one tournament. Woo! Man, it's mind-blowing. He's won at least 6 figures on it, maybe even 7, who knows? I asked him why that color, why that loud color in this water, which isn't ultra muddy in these lakes. And he said the color isn't natural, and the retrieve, which is faster, that he uses isn't natural, but that's what he does to get the big fish to bite. He wants to generate a reaction bite from them, and that's how he does it. Okay, so the Strike King 6XD and chartreuse powder blue back, reel it fast, catch big fish. That's the Keith Combs formula. Number 3. All right, Major League Fishing just announced that next year on the Bass Pro Tour, they're going to go to a best 5 format instead of counting every fish above a certain minimum weight limit. Listen, I get that Jacob Wheeler and Dustin Connell beat down the doors in that league this year. I get that forward-facing sonar expertise is a big advantage in that format. And I get that a lot of the guys who fish that tour grew up fishing best 5. But I'm still surprised by it. I'll give you my 3 reasons why it surprises me. All right, the first reason is it's exciting.
You're never out of it in Major League Fishing. That's what it's all about.
If you got 20 pounds in a live well and you lose a 2-pounder, you think no big deal. In this one, you lose 2 pounds. Like, every single fish counts.
Man, guys would fish like their brains out to just try and get one more fish to make this cut or that cut, and then you get the hair-raising endings like Bobby Lane winning the Red Crest Championship this year.
Please score. 2 pounds equals.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another one, please?
Are we going to see that anymore? It doesn't seem like it. All right, my second reason is we're seeing entirely new tournament fishing strategies, stuff we hadn't seen before because it's a brand new format. New thinking, new ways of doing things. It was really interesting, and we benefit from that. We benefit from those pros' new approaches, new ways of thinking and fishing. And that leads me to the third thing, which is that we were seeing a new type of pro come up. These younger guys who were getting into that format younger and earlier, and they were learning things and figuring things out. We were just starting to see that, and now we probably won't see it. Anyhow, that's just my 2 cents. We do need 2 pro tours. I don't think we need 2 pro tours with basically the same format. So let's see what happens. Number 4. Electronics. Man, maybe the number 1, definitely the number 1 thing talked about in bass fishing other than Wes Strader's pink shorts. All right, while everybody's focused on forward-facing sonar or live sonar, nobody's talking about things anymore like 360 sonar or spot or anchor lock or even side scan. But maybe we should, because there's sure as heck a lot more going on in sonar world other than just forward-facing sonar. Let me tell you what I mean. Let's look at the salty side. First of all, check this side scan out. Look how far out they can go in saltwater. 500 feet. That's amazing. And then check out this amazing display, this rendering on the screen. And then how about a full 360 3D sonar? That's too spendy for bass boats, but it's coming, and then some. Number 5. You know about the Loch Ness Monster, and I'm sure you've heard about similar critters supposedly in North American lakes, like in Lake Champlain on the Vermont-New York border. Check this out. In Vermont, they call it Champ. On the New York side, they call it Champy. And all they have basically are those signs and sketchy photos and videos, except for recently, there's a gal who's been after Champ on the Vermont side, and she got this sonar reading or sonar capture of what she says is the monster. She said what you're looking at there was a flippered creature 20 feet long, moving 5 miles an hour in 40 feet of water. Well, I'm sure if she bass fished, she would have a better understanding of what that is. For whatever reason, this reminds me of last year on the St. Johns River at the BassMaster Elite there, when Greg Hackney was fishing around all those skunk apes. All right, that's all I got for you this week. Thank you, Seafoam. Go to bassblaster.com or .rocks to sign up for the awesome BassBlaster email. Get the juice every week. See you next week. God bless you.